Okay. Personality, positive and negative. Generous. Okay, positive, we know. Unstinting. What's unstinting? Is it positive and negative? And what does it mean?
I would...
With "un," it should be negative.
No, I don't think so.
Why do you
No, I
think,
think-
it's negative, Daniel?
I think it's positive, meaning you don't want to put people on the spot and say unkind things to the people, and you're unstinging, so you're not aggressive.
Oh, you're okay.
Alma, my dear vocabulary queen, I've demoted you to princess now because
Oh
no,
my God! No, that's
Oh.
very...
Where is your crown?
you're on the wrong lines there. Alma's very good at vocabulary, Daniel. But, you're actually on the wrong lines there.
Oh, sorry, because I saw unstinging. It's unstinting. My fault.
No, it's not unstinting. Okay, I'll accept your excuse. You can have your crown back. Okay.
Tint.
All right, unstinting. Daniel.
It is not, if you stint makes me think to do something dangerous.
No, that's stunt.
Ah, that's stunt. So then no ID.
Okay, Milena. Daniel. Amaya. Amaya, you've disappeared off. Right. If you stint on something, go back to that. If you stint on something, you hold back. Okay, don't stint on it.
Okay.
Yeah, you will find this used.
So you go all the way, basically.
Sorry?
You go all the way if you do something. You do not put
don't
any...
stint. Yeah, when she throws a party, she doesn't stint. You know, everything comes out, all the fine crockery, all the lavish food, and knives and forks, cutlery, and she doesn't stint on money when she entertains. So she doesn't hold back. So unstinting is basically positive, all right? Because you talk about his unstinting generosity. So there are no barriers to his generosity. You know, it's like there's no limits. Now you could make it negative. You could say is unstinting cruelty, but it usually collocates with generosity, unstinting generosity. But I mean, you could use it in a negative way as well. So unstinting. You're more likely to see it in writing than in conversation. Depends. And again, when I'm talking about conversation, it depends who's talking. You know, if you get erudite people talking on a chat show, you will hear it used. You're not going to hear it used, you know, when you're shopping in the market, or something like that. It's like all these things. Stinting could come into conversation. Yeah, she certainly doesn't stint, does she? You know, when she throws a party. Right. Immoderate.
Negative.
Negative. Yeah. Immoderate drinking. Okay. Is immoderate behavior with the women, or her immoderate behavior with the men. We mustn't be sexist here. Extravagant, you know. Extravagant.
Negative.
Negative, except when you say, is it always negative, Daniel?
No.
I think both.
A person can be extravagant.
Yeah.
I only know extravagant in the context of somebody who spends much money unnecessarily, maybe.
No, well, we come on to the, all right. I've just done one about money idioms. If you're extravagant in that way, you're pouring money down the drain, and you're spending more than you can afford. You spend over your means. But I could say about a relative, oh, Auntie Beth is always so extravagant at Christmas. No.
She does abnormal things,
No,
unusual things.
No, not
No?
abnormal. She's extravagant. She spends a lot of money. She
Okay.
makes,
Excessive.
so in that way, I'm using it positive. She's extravagant. I'm using it in a generous way. She's very extravagant. She doesn't have very much money, but she's extravagant. But having said that, yes, it has a negative connotation, because so often it means extravagant in a way of, as you were saying, Daniel, in spending more money than you can afford. But you have to remember, in all these, some are definitely negative, some are definitely positive. I mean, you can't say that generous is ever negative. Extravagant depends on context.
I didn't know that.
Okay, so you could be, she's extravagant. My daughter could say to me, Dad, don't be extravagant in kids, in buying the kids presents. You can't afford it. She's not meaning it negatively. She would be meaning that don't spend too much money.
Negative.
Negative, sullen. Okay, morose, negative, sullen. Kids are teenagers. We know about teenagers. Don't wait. Well, you don't get Kate, because your oldest is only 10. Milena knows about teenagers. She's got them. They can be sullen, moody. Everyone can be sullen. Okay, I'm never sullen. I'm not actually. No, I'm not usually. Stingy.
The
Negative.
opposite of generous.
Yeah, stingy. When we first did this one, someone said stingy. No, not stingy. A bee might be stingy. It's stingy. Pithy. Positive and negative, before we go on to what it means.
It's
Positive.
negative.
Sorry, Danielle,
I think it's negative.
what does it mean?
I don't remember exactly, but I remember having seen the word. Maybe somebody who acts at the limit of honesty.
Say it again.
Maybe somebody who acts borderline. It may be slightly dishonest.
No, you're on the wrong.
No,
Elena,
my mistake.
Elena,
I don't know this one.
I've actually covered it in one of the Facebook posts. Samuel?
It's like apt remark, pithy remark.
Yeah. Tanya, did you know it?
No, I don't know it.
Maria?
No.
No. Right. A pithy remark, it's as Samuel is saying, often abrupt. I mean, it could be negative in one sense. It's often humorous, but it's short and to the point. So someone who it's generally positive. So someone who makes a pithy remark, and I can't think of a pithy remark at the moment, it's relevant, a relevant, concise remark. You find that good presenters can do this. You know, they can make a pithy remark. It's an adjective. I don't think there's a noun for it. I don't think you can say he's got lots of pith. I've never heard of it. There's no verb for it. You can't say pith. Pithy remark. Okay. Unlikely to use it in conversation. You might do. It depends on. I'm sorry if I sound a bit pompous about this, but it depends on how educated who you're talking to is. You know, right.
Okay, Steve, we like your hairdo.
Sorry? We what?
Okay, Steve, we love your new hairdo.
My new hairdo?
Yes, what's that, pithy?
No. No, that was creepy. No, that what I'm trying to find. No, what do I mean? That was I'll tell you a rude expression in a minute. Okay, what that was, I mean, it was, oh gosh, what the expression? Come on, you should know this. When you're trying to get around someone, you are. Oh God, I'm the English teacher and I've forgotten it. Not supercilious. Daniel, you'll know this when I say when you are being really nice to someone. Servile. It's like servile. Okay, servile. You know servile, but it's another expression which has gone out of my mind. Right. So I could also say, you know, tries to get around his teacher. Okay. If I want to be rude about it, all right, I'll say, God, Daniel, I'm going to be rude about you now. Okay, get
No problem.
I'm rude
Feel
about
free.
It's certain people I insult. Daniel, saying that you're such an arse licker.
Okay.
All right, have you heard that one before?
Yes.
Yeah, you've heard that one, but I don't mean it, Daniel. Of course I don't.
Okay. No, I know.
You know. If you want to be even ruder about it, and we use this quite a lot in the military, but I mean, you will hear this come up in, you know, you'll hear this in conversation. Forget this business about the English being reserved and so on. You know, we a direct. He's a brown noser, right? Use your imaginations to think about where brown noser comes from.
Okay, I can see where it comes from.
Amaya, you're looking up in the air there. Have you got it, Amaya? Right, you've got your nose up someone's arse. You're a brown noser. All right. Yeah, we like arse, don't we? Because we like talking about people being a pain in the arse. We had a good laugh about that one before instead of pain in the neck. Okay, so a brown noser. So pithy is not like that. No. You make a remark which is short, to the point. It doesn't need elaboration. They're good remarks. You know, people who make pithy remarks are normally good. Thrifty. Negative or positive?
Well, could be both, actually.
Thrifty. Okay, you're careful with money.
Mm.
Parsimonious.
That's positive, I guess.
Is it?
I mean, it's parsimony is still
Don't expect Alma.
Hmm?
Not expecting much of a Christmas present from you, because I know that you're parsimonious.
So you give give good value to money, so you're not gonna squander it for a gift.
No, it means you don't like parting with money.
Mhm.
So if I tell you that that Alma's parsimonious, it is not a compliment.
Mm.
Okay,
Mhm.
it's on the verge of being mean. Okay, it could mean that you're careful. You're mean.
So while thrifty is both, parsimonious is more in the negative years.
Thrifty is usually positive. Okay.
Mm. All right.
Thrifty tends to be positive, but you could be so thrifty as to be be really boring about it. thrifty came up recently. I don't know if it was when you were there, Samuel, because I was talking to someone about my uncle Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah, who will be 100 in November. Oh, I love him to bits. But you know, especially when he was young, it was such a serious. And when I was young, I used to have to stay with him and my auntie, who was my mum's sister sometimes, and he'd send me to the shop, and you know, and when he'd come, when I came back, it count it was pound, shillings, and pence. Then he was so thrifty. It was down to every last little bit. You'll have to go back. They've overcharged you, you know, by something. He was thrifty. He would never spend money, but it can be positive. I mean, Uncle Eric was thrifty to the point of being really boring, but it was lovely. In other words, brusque.
Can I ask a question, please?
Yes, no.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Okay, so how would you describe somebody who is careful not to spend more than they can afford? Which adjective would you use?
I'd say you could say thrifty. You could use thrifty. Certainly not parsimonious. It's I would actually say careful with money. Okay.
Careful with money. Okay.
Careful with money. Sometimes you don't use one of these. Yeah, it is careful with money. He doesn't squander money.
Okay.
There's another word which I don't think I've included here, because it's not an adjective.
Not an adjective.
Squander is a verb. To squander, it means to spend unnecessary.
Bless you.
Some of we're not going to finish this. There's no way we're going to finish this PowerPoint, but some of these would come out later. Well, how about brusque? Brusque?
Negative.
Negative. If you brusque, you can be brusque. I'll give you a collocation. You can be brusque to the point of rudeness. Okay, you might be. You can describe someone. He's okay. It doesn't mean. He's quite kind-hearted, really, and he does care for people. It's just his manner. He's brusque. Yeah, well, he is brusque. It's brusque to the sound. Brusque to the point of rudeness. I don't think he intends to be rude. It's just how he is. But some people are rude that way. They're brusque. They have a brusque manner. Excuse me, James, can you help me? No, I'm busy. That's brusque. It's not. It's certainly not the English way. Terribly sorry, mate. You know, I'm a bit tied up at the moment. That's the English way. No, I can't. I'm busy. Go away. Brusque. No, I can't. Right? Morose.
Negative.
Negative. Morose is a bit like
Sullen.
sullen. I was going back. Sullen. Morose. But sullen is more negative. Sullen. You can be sullen without a reason for it. Morose. You're generally miserable, basically, if you're miserable. Sullen. Sullen is really an idea. Morose. There is a very found morose characters in Dickens. Your favorite author, Milena. I'm trying to think of who it was, actually. Dickens seems to crop up quite well, quite a lot. Morose. So yeah, morose. Conversation. Yeah. How was Frank when you saw him? I don't know. He's a bit down, a bit morose. Yeah, could come up in conversation. Certainly come up in conversation. Oh, my son is so morose. Oh God, I hate talking to Charles. He's so sullen. Yeah, not a nice personality. Frugal. Frugal. Go on.
Positive.
Or negative? Both.
Positive.
Both. Context depends on how. Okay, he doesn't earn very much money, so he has to be frugal in the way he lives. He can't afford to spend much, but there's no wonder he's got a lot of money. He's so frugal. Okay, he never
Or
spends.
maybe, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's a person who doesn't need much possessions to be happy.
It could be, but generally I think of it as slightly on the negative side, but it depends on the person, and it so much depends on context. Okay, whereas parsimonious is negative, stingy is negative, sullen is negative, brusque, it depends on concept. Thrifty, yeah, fairly good, fairly okay. Frugal is going, depends. It might have to be frugal. His way of living is frugal because he doesn't have very much money, but he may have a lot of money and it's frugal. Witty, positive. Daniel is one of the wittiest people I know. So
Thank you. I will get red in the face.
you'll blush.
I'll blush.
Yeah. Okay, if you go red in the face, what's the
Anger.
well, you can be red in the face with anger, but if you blush, you go red as what?
Not as a lobster.
Actually, we do say, I'm trying to think how I would say red as a lobster. Yeah. Now, if you say red as a lobster, that's when you've been sunbathing. Okay, let me come and see some other people because I can't see you all. You've been on the beach all day, and instead of going, a nice, delicate, deep shade of brown. Now, this happens to English people quite a lot. You go red as a lobster. I used to do this. Usually I go fairly brown, but I know when I was a kid, I'd go red before I went brown. So that's when you go as red as a lobster. But if you're blushing, no. Come on, you go red as it's a food. It's a food.
A food.
As
Not
pepper?
color.
And it's not a tomato.
Pepper?
Say it.
As pepper? I don't know.
Pepper.
I don't know.
No.
Maybe as pepper.
It would be a nice one, though, to say red as a pepper, but you have green peppers as well, don't you? No, you go red as a beetroot.
Ah,
And red as a beetroot is really, really, really common. Okay. What's you say to them? Hey,
so red as the beetroot is to blush very much.
Maria, God, you've got as red as a beetroot. Oh, yeah, red as a beetroot. Maria, you haven't. You're looking a bit pale today, in actual fact. You haven't gone as red as a beetroot. I can only see you from your lips again, Maria. You're always doing this. That's it. Sit up. She's very pretty. You look nice. Amaya, you're cut off. Okay, right. Terse.
I. Mm-mm.
All right, I'll give you a collocation here. The most common collocation is a terse statement.
Similar to pithy?
In a sense, yes, it put out a pithy, say pithy statement. If someone, it usually collocates with statement. which is a thing rather than a person. But you can say someone is terse.
I know that the skin can be terse, can't it?
No,
No?
your skin can. Terse has a relationship with tense, strangely. And I don't mean tense as in a verb tense. I mean tense when you are. What's an expression for being tense?
When you are
Yes?
agitated,
When you are.
nervous.
Yes, but I want an expression. Agitated is good, but I don't want an expression.
Like the atmosphere was tense, the climate was tense.
The climate of the meeting was tense.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm talking about a person. Okay.
All right.
It's a two word one. Actually, it is a word. It's a word actually rather than an expression. Uptight. Okay.
Uptight.
If you're uptight, you're tense. Agitated, you're tense. So if someone is terse in his reply, it's almost as if there is tension in his or her voice. Okay, it's terse.
So what does it collocate with?
The outside talking about personality, it would be statement. The Prime Minister put out a terse statement rejecting the demand. The unions put out a terse statement turning down the offer. The Madonna made a terse statement refuting the allegation. Okay. Have
All right.
Bye.
a
Bye
nice-
bye, everybody.
have a nice-
Thanks
Bye.
a lot.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.
Hope you feel
Have a-
better, Milena.
I
Have a great evening. Bye.
Bye. See you, mate.